And they got armies of them. CIA, FBI recruiting ads everywhere. They're tripling the size of the ground force of the CIA, turning them loose on the cities of America. We've got our own Stasi now. And all these other agencies and groups. I mean, but it doesn't intimidate me. It makes me want to fight back. It makes me go, you know what, you criminals? We're not going to let foreign bankers set up secret police and then intimidate us to shut up. We're going to take this country back and bring you to justice. And you know what? So this doesn't happen again in this country. We need to go ahead and arrest these people that have violated the law, even their servants. Need to have grand juries indict you. Need to send your ass to prison. Excuse my French there. Because this isn't a game, folks. Putting congressmen they don't like on no-fly list, and they can't get off. And they got over 1,100,000 Americans on it. They've had federal marshals quit and say they're ordered to put innocent people on these. Now they're talking about if you haven't paid your taxes, they're going to turn your driver's license off. And they got scanners that are scanning your license plate, knowing if your insurance and your driver's license is up to date. You're like, oh, good, stop the illegal aliens. That's for you. That's for the American people. This system is coming out right now. All designed by the Pentagon. Let's go ahead and talk to Cheryl in Winnipeg. Go ahead, you're on the air.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jones. It's been about 3 weeks since I've started listening to you, and I finally got the nerve to call you. I thought maybe you'd like a Canadian perspective on the world order. Perhaps you guys should know what's going on over here.
I know what's going on. The Queen publicly announced she rules Parliament. When Parliament didn't follow her order, she activated the Governor General and completely rules everything.
Oh, whatever. Her head's on her money. I mean, there you go.
No, I know, but then the Canadians are in denial. They go, oh, no, she doesn't. I go, oh, here's Reuters with her ruling you. Oh, I know, but we need to be ruled. I mean, it's, the Queen's good. I like her. Anyways, go ahead.
Denial is way farther than that, sir. I'll give you an idea of where I live. Winnipeg is a really, really small place. We're the center of the country and the center of the continent. And here we have a level 5 virology lab and NORAD in our city limits.
No, I know. They've already merged your millet. People say Canada won't be taken over. Canada's already merged into NORTHCOM. The North American Union's already set up. November 24th, 2005, all publicly announced. The documents are all public, and general public just sucks their thumb and giggles and gobbles more Prozac.
Well, it's because everything is just operating fine here. We don't have a big economic thing happening here. It's a little bit, but your president came here and told us we're doing okay. We're doing better than you guys, they say. So, but we have a division of the FBI on our streets. We have a division of the DEA on our streets.
Oh, no, you're already completely merged. It's total integration. And they got to integrate us with Mexico, so they got to collapse it first. They know the drug war is what's causing all the violence and death. They have a total gun ban down there. But their answer is, keep the drug war going. We have double the cocaine, triple the heroin than we had 15 years ago. More people in prison than ever. Total carnage. And their answer is, keep prohibition going. It sure helped the mafia triple in size in the U.S. during prohibition. Keep it going forever. Forever. It's wonderful. Because they know the breakdown of society gives them more control.
Well, let me tell you, something that you've been saying as of recent has been bothering me, and we don't have a total gun ban. We have an Aboriginal population that is huge, and they have inherent rights to hold guns. No,
I wasn't saying you have a total gun ban. I said they registered your guns and then began, banning about half of them the next year. Germany first got them registered and then restricted and now is moving to ban. And in Australia, England has a total gun ban. So you're midway through the steps.
Well, they're frightened of our Aboriginal population, and which brings me to what you've been saying. You've been predicting that there'll be more terrorist acts in your country. I believe you've got the right operation, but the wrong country, sir. They've got to get Canadians on board with this thing, so pick your city, And that's what I think. And the G20 a few weeks ago or last week when you were talking about it, what they're speaking about, I believe, is the weaponization of space. Because
that's
they're not
part of
talking about it anymore.
No, that's part of it, and I appreciate your call. They're also having another G20, and they're already issuing the new global currency. It's just bank to bank. It's digital transfers, the quantitative easing. They admit there's already a global currency. And China and others, New York Times reported, are beginning to dump the dollar. And all we've got left's the dollar, folks. When it's gone, then the hyperinflation starts. Right now, we're in a depression, but there's been 12.8 trillion. That's the entire GDP. Imagine if they gave 12.8 trillion. 8 trillion would have paid off all the mortgages in the country, not just bad mortgages, all the mortgages in the country paid off. 12.8 trillion went to offshore bankers. But notice you're not seeing inflation, you're seeing deflation. But then in a year, two, all the economists agree, then it's going to just explode. But right now they got to keep inflation down so that money has value for the private banking families to buy up real assets. And then when they're done, they're going to drop the hammer. And it is going to be devastating. Most people listening right now who are middle class will be destitute and poor for the rest of your lives, just like Iceland, just like Argentina, in the IMF and World Bank documents. The greatest form of bondage is just to make you totally poor. And then they'll put little liberal and conservative puppets up in front of you all day and get you all obsessed with that while they just keep just punching you, bragging about it. Let's go ahead and take another call. Lisa, you're on the air from Ohio. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi, Alex. I'm a first-time caller, and I'm kind of new at this game, but I live in the city of Cincinnati. And over the weekend and earlier in the week, we were having a problem with our broadcast stations being butted in on. And it wasn't the normal emergency broadcast system test. This happened to me Saturday night when I was watching the Ten Commandments, and a blue screen come up with a white circle in it, with a blue circle in the middle of that, and some numbers on it. Monday night, they interrupted the Cincinnati Reds game, and it went to a totally different TV show. And then the next day, the broadcasters for the Reds were talking about it on the radio and saying it won't happen on the radio. And Marty Brenneman in the morning said that, and he got interrupted.
Really? Right when he was saying it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you, then I'll hold you over. This is very important. Before, they said in the 50s, okay, the Russians are going to nuke us. By law, there's these big, powerful shortwave stations, and then there'll be an AM and FM repeater, and during an emergency broadcast alert, one big station per city, everybody is ordered to then dial over to that of a nuke is hit or whatever. Then they said, oh, Amber Alert in 96, they kidnapped a girl. We got to put billboards up everywhere and be able to dial in with the EAS system. It's an all radio and TV at the transmitter site. Everything is wired lastly through it, and then with special transmitter couplers where it would take a day to even get a transmission out without it. So FEMA is in between all the radio, TV, cable, and the last line. And then because I've worked at stations. I remember I was at 1260 filling in for some local hosts there on top of my syndicated show. They were carrying my syndicated over there if they went to sports here in Austin. And I was talking to their engineer, and he was going, hey, look at this. They're telling us in the next few years, this is 4 years ago, they're going to start just taking government time whenever they want and overriding us. So it's coming. Okay, Lisa, I could talk for 10 hours about this. They're now telling broadcasters, oh, the government's going to pop in with announcements from time to time. And it's, oh, there's a tornado coming with the locals. Or, oh, a girl in another state got kidnapped. An old woman's driving a black El Camino this year. You know, and you see billboards. You know, there's an Alzheimer's patient from Dallas. You see this in Austin driving down 290 right here. But then you suddenly see, oh, 1-800-REPORT terror. Oh, 1-800-REPORT guns. And then your carpet cleaner's at your house and sees a gun case and thinks they're illegal because, you know, they watch TV shows based in New York where guns are illegal. And then they call the cops on you. And the cops are, well, they're not illegal, but you got 10 guns. We're going to go ahead and arrest you. Oh, you resisted. Hey, now you're charged with resisting. This is happening more and more. But all the police aren't evil, so they're trying. Lisa, does that answer your question?
Yeah, because some of our local morning radio hosts were concerned about it. And I guess they did a little digging and were told that some foreign countries were breaking in on our broadcast system.
Oh, my God, this is huge. Yeah, I saw a blurb. Yeah. It's not China. It's not Russia. They're trying to pass a bill for the feds to take over the Internet. And Senator Rockefeller said they want to get rid of the web. So they're claiming the power to kill the web, that's New York Times, to save it. And what town are you in Ohio?
Cincinnati.
I was thinking that during the break that they were going to say it was the Chinese or something, and that it wasn't EAS. Ma'am, that's EAS. That's FEMA. All right. God bless you. Retransmission starts now. Infowars.com. Back to 9 to Midnight Live.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.